Okay, week 3, Frankenstein cue cards. So again, if we turn over into the correct page in our pack, you will find a list of all of your Frankenstein gold quotes. It might be that you have a different set of quotations from your teacher that you've been using in class. Please do not worry, I'm sure they will be provided for you. So, obviously, exactly the same as what we've been doing with our Romeo and Juliet ones. So, front of your cue card, pick out your quotation. So I've got here, I dabbled amongst the unhallowed damps of the grave. Put here it's from chapter 4, so this is where Victor is creating his creature. I've highlighted the words dabbled and unhallowed because I think those are two brilliant pieces of language that I can examine later. So it might be that you want to highlight those on the front of your cue cards as you write them, so that you can have that in mind. Right, I'm going to zoom in on those keywords and discuss that. Again, you might want an image on the front to help you remember those, this key quotation. On the back, meaning. So, as I said, Victor is taking body parts to make his creature. Key themes. Well, it's all about taking over the earth, isn't it? Going back to nature, but taking things that don't belong to him. So in that sense, you can talk about sexual violation of nature. The idea that Victor is trying to play God. Some things should not be messed with, and yet his experimentation and his obsessive nature are making him and driving him, if you like, to fulfill what he believes is his destiny. You can also talk about the immorality of science. So you could become fixated on fixing something in your mind, or if we do this research, this might happen. But what are the repercussions of that? And then we come to language. So as I showed you on the other side, I highlighted my 2 key words there. So unhallowed, adjective, it means unholy and wicked. So you can talk about obviously the Gothic aspects of the text there, the idea that he is taking over all this natural places and making them, not places of rest anymore. These unhallowed graves, things that now have been tainted. Verb dabbled is another one to focus on. It's the idea, if you dabble, it can be like to immerse yourself in something. So you might dabble your feet into the rock pool, for example. It's the idea of like stepping into something new. But if you dabble in something, you're taking part in something. And as we know, Victor is taking part in this very illicit, secretive act to try and further his research in science. So that is what a good cue card looks like. Remember, fantastic if you know this part, but you cannot get those marks in the exam without being able to back it up with this stuff here as well. So make sure you know it. Again, same as Romeo and Juliet. Hole punch there, keep them together. I suggest an envelope in the back of your exercise books. Keep it safe and organised somewhere where you can keep using these again and again, and it will get into that long-term memory. Thank you.